I just wanna chill and vibe. Baby girl, keep it real, no lies. She said she's 21, I said alright. If we gon' be grown, then speak your mind. I just wanna chill and vibe. 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 Soon as baby turn up, you know Buddha gon' turn up. Turn up, gon' turn up. Soon as baby turn up, you know Buddha gon' turn up. Gon' turn up. Soon as baby turn up, you know Buddha gon' turn up. Gon' turn up. Soon as baby turn up, you know Buddha gon' turn up. Let's start the show. Only good vibes. No, I'm serious. Let's start the show. Come on, mom. Come on, boss. Only good vibes. Turn up. Turn up. I just wanna chill and vibe. Baby girl, keep it real, no lies. She said she's 21, I said alright. If we gon' be grown, then speak your mind. I just wanna chill and vibe. I just wanna chill and vibe.
Hey, what's good, Simples? This is your boy Buddha, and over there's a lovely
baby.
And we coming to you again with another rendition of
Sipping in Conversations.
Well, you getting good at that. You are getting good at that.
Yeah.
Okay. So, baby.
What's up?
How was your day?
It's getting better and better each day, y'all.
She's the GOAT. She's the GOAT.
That's what they say.
She's the GOAT.
They gonna learn today.
They gonna learn.
How was your day, baby?
Well, it was a lot going on, man. But all in all, I had an audit today at work. It went pretty well. GM had a birthday today. It was cool. Speaking of birthdays, happy belated birthday, Sonya Nicole. She just had a birthday.
Yes. Oh, I meant to call you too. I'm sorry. No, it's my fault.
Don't worry. I had her back.
Good. Represent.
I had her back.
One for all and all for one.
Yeah. Also,
that's my man.
Also, it's somebody else's birthday today. They may not see this towards the beginning. So I want to say it right now, and they can go back and wind and watch it.
Okay.
Happy birthday, Miss Pacheco.
Well, happy birthday,
yes,
girl.
Today is her solar return. Even though you don't celebrate it because of your beliefs, I'm still gonna honor you on your day of birth. All right.
That's what I'm saying.
All
I have
right.
to just check on some things.
Okay. So, baby, what you sipping on?
Hey, y'all! I told y'all I got me a newfound friend, which is Kettle One vodka. It's the grapefruit rose. So if y'all haven't had the pleasure of tasting the botanical edition they have,
right?
This the one. It's not this color. I just added a little bit of sweet and sour to it, and a cherry lime sparkling water.
Say that again. And what you give me this time? See, it's a difference. Oh, because she made me a drink.
He's drinking some honey jack and coke.
Honey jack and coke.
Real simple. Real simple, but I had to doctor it up a little bit because, I know I'm not him. But I make real strong drinks. So I have to be careful when I make drinks because I get you where you need to go.
You know what I'm saying?
Pronto Santo. That's my job. That's my job is to get you there.
Early.
Well, look, that'll teach you about drinking instead of sipping.
Hold on. First of all, hold on. Listen, I want to be functional throughout the whole entire podcast.
Well, I gave him some residuals.
Right, but
I got residuals.
notice the.
It just I poured more juice in mine.
Notice the.
That's all. All I did was pour a little bit more juice in mine. So get on bite.
Okay.
All right. So who we got in here? Hey girl. Hey. What's up, la la?
Oh, back up. Hey, sorry. So check this out. It just came down the pipeline, and I'm gonna deliver this to y'all first and foremost. She didn't even know, because I love the simples, and I want to give them breaking news. You like that? In December, the fellas of the talk will be doing a hangout, a weekend retreat for fellas in New Orleans. I'm gonna need help knowing where to eat.
I'm gonna need the information on the details.
On what? On a guy's trip?
Cause how you going on a guy trip and I don't even know no bad.
Yeah, well, hey, listen.
Okay.
Us fellas.
Okay, cool. Say less. And less is to be said. Okay. Hi, Booski. Baby looking cute. I said again for the people in the bike. Well, I'm glad he did. Wish you a happy birthday, because I've been so consumed on, I'm still finding my way on my new job, but they've acknowledged that I am indeed the GOAT. So there's that. Hello, is it Antoine?
Antoine.
You got I don't know if it's pronounced Antoine.
Mr. Graham, how you feeling? How you feeling today, man?
Ooh, honey jacket, ginger beer. Ooh, I should have gave him that. But he asked for Coke, so.
Well, I asked for Coke.
Because I do have ginger beer. Oh, I said it right, Antoine. Okay. Well, thank you for joining us.
Appreciate
all right.
You. He was on last week too, man. So that's 2 weeks in a row, man.
Thank you.
What y'all sipping on over there?
Mm-hmm.
Throw that in the comments. What y'all sipping on? You got something? If you got something we ain't tried yet, throw it in the comments, and I'll let you know.
Make some drinks.
I'll let you know if we had that already. Cause we sippers.
You know what I'm saying? We be looking for
new smooth drinks.
Cocktails.
It's got to be smooth though. You know what I'm saying? Going down.
The adult ones. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So listen, y'all, don't forget to hit us with those stars. Okay. We still own it. All right. Oh, Moet. Alright, that's a little something light. Alright.
Okay, that's a little light.
And if you all are interested at any and all times, you can support the show. That's going to be $ Sipping Convo. Currently, we are live, but this is our last week being live on Wednesday. We are going to move to Thursday, same time. All right, but on Thursday, because this one had to change his schedule. So there's that. All right. For those that are always asking, how can you find us and other shows that we've done, previous seasons and so forth? Well, we encourage you to go to our website, which is www.buddhaandbaby.com. Subscribe so that I'll be able to, or we'll be able to notify you, with a newsletter and so forth, because we really want to build the momentum with that, so that everything isn't stemming exclusively around Facebook. So anytime we have changes, we want to make that announcement. So the best thing to do is for you to go to our website and subscribe. And also, while you are there, what you will be able to find is all of our platforms. All right. So it's real easy to get to and navigate. I'm getting ready to do it right now, so you can actually see that it's a real full-blown website. And I'm gonna get you on the screen so we can get this done, and then we'll get on into what we got to do. Okay. Just so y'all can see that, because I get asked this, and I'm sure you do too. So it's just go ahead and let's just make it easy for the people to know what the deal pickle is.
Ooh, boy, he clean.
So as you can see, BuddhaandBaby.com. This is our web page, okay? And so basically once you get in there, you'll see it. Boom, first page.
Thank you, sir.
All you gotta do is just give us your email address and subscribe. Real super easy, okay? To navigate. If you are on a cell phone, mobile device, these options will be located a little bit strategically different, and that's just because desktop versus the website, you already know, but it'll tell you all the stuff. And if you're looking for events, obviously right now we're getting things underway, so we don't have all of that situated just yet, but soon come. As far as live is concerned, that's where you would need to go. All right. And once you get on this page here in particular, then it's going to be all the platforms. All right. Now, fortunately, what this does is going to take you to a place where it's going to just kind of walk you through other places, which I don't have that on my screen right at this particular moment because it opens up. But if you click on that, it'll actually take you to another screen. Okay, and then on that screen is pretty much where you'll be able to find all of the
I'm so proud of you.
all of the information. So
She
let me see
did.
if I can get that to you real quick so I can let you see it. Yes, it is indeed.
I'm so proud of her. She worked hard on that. Hey, listen, you gotta give them their flowers while they're still living, right?
Yes,
Okay.
I'm gonna bring it over into this screen real quick, just so I could have it here.
Okay.
I'm just opening up another screen, because for whatever reason it didn't.
Well,
Oh, it didn't open it. Oh, there it is. All right. So I wanted to show it to you because sometimes, people like to see things in action. So this is where when you click on that all platforms, it'll basically take you here and you see everything that we got going on or whatever. All of the locations, all of the audio platforms, they are indeed there. Okay. All along. Instagram, Facebook, of course. We have a pod page, website again. It's just going to pretty much take you in a loop. If we do have any events that we are part of, it'll usually be in the top. I just need to make an update to this. But here's our YouTube right here. So, yeah, I ain't got to walk you like a dog. You know what I'm saying? And, baby love coffee. Okay? So, boom. I love coffee. $1. Instagram shout out. You want a story shout out? $1. Donations. Real simple. Subscribe. Same thing. So I like to try to get that out up front because, for the most part, people, they do, you all are asking these questions and I appreciate that. I know I do. I know Buddha does as well. But yes, it is BuddhaandBaby.com. And on our website, you can find out any services that we have, which will be getting updated. It'll also be topic submittal. So if you got any topics that you're interested in,
you want to be a guest
or guest, you can click on that, and so on and so forth. Right?
Okay.
So that gets that taken care of. And yes, I'll put it in the comments. Well, it's right there. It's right there. www.BuddhaandBaby.com. And then that'll tell you the YouTube for those that are looking for us. And all you got to do is look for Sipping and Conversation.
Ta-da.
All right. Yes, Buddha. No, it's backwards. You got it backwards, Lala. Look on the screen where it says website, and that'll be where it's at.
What do they put? Baby? They always want to put baby first.
And I purposely put Buddha first so that he can be the head and not the tail.
It really don't matter. Let's tell the truth why it's Buddha and baby first. Number one, it sounds the best. It rolls off the tongue. Number one. Number two.
You think? Because I'm pretty sure we got them.
Number two,
we can have them say baby and Buddha.
And number two, it's in order how this show happened. You know what I'm saying? Right? It started out with, what did it start out with?
The love session.
No.
Carl Robeson Jr.
No, it was Up Close and Personal.
Oh, yeah, Up Close and Personal.
With Carl Robeson Jr.
Oh, that was funny.
Woo-hoo.
Y'all gotta watch. Y'all have to go back and on some old episodes.
Oh, it was terrible. It was terrible. You watch the growth.
Yeah.
progression of how the show.
Anybody that's
changed.
been around these last 5 years, 4 years, 4 years, they would understand like y'all actually have grown,
With us.
you know, with more growth to come. So I appreciate that, you know, and just how comfortable we are on
Okay.
camera and you know, and out in public and things like that. That's like real dope.
What's good, Diamond? How you doing today? You had a birthday too. Oh, you think I forgot? Happy belated birthday. Her birthday was yesterday.
Okay, happy birthday, girl.
Okay.
So last week we gonna get into it real quick.
Okay.
Last week we talked about are we really raising women to be men, and it stemmed from the T.D. Jakes soundbite from a sermon that he did. Just go back and just take a look at that. But I came to the conclusion ultimately that I don't think we're necessarily raising women to be men. However, I do feel that we are encouraging masculine behavior. Like
that sounds like a nice way of saying.
It's just like
it's saying the same thing.
No, because I mean you can't raise a woman to be a man.
Well, you telling them to have masculine behavior. What
I'm
does that
saying
mean?
like and then when you have masculine behavior, masculine energy, you know, overly masculine, it's just more like you're aggressive, you know, like it's just aggressive. And so I feel like you lack femininity, you know, you lack access to your femininity, you know. I'm a strong believer, like don't be soft, you know, but yet be resilient. And it's okay, like to do that.
So you can be soft and resilient without taking on masculine traits, right?
I think it's a healthy balance to have both, because if you got to stand in the paint to defend yourself or just stand up for yourself, like if I'm at work and I actually truly appreciate being the only slit amongst the stems, but I do know in the type of industry that I'm in right now currently, it is extremely male dominant. So I would have to, if I want to work my way through the ranks, you know, I feel that I would have to be more assertive and direct, you know. So
I mean, but those assertive and direct is not necessarily a masculine trait. Most women are direct, more direct than men.
Well, I'm speaking more for tapping in on my masculine energy, so that when I got to have thicker skin, I can endure things more than being a woman and being more, you know.
Yeah.
I'm just speaking from my perspective.
I got you. I'm not arguing with you.
I'm just saying to see me, if instead of me crying because I ain't get my way. All right, cool. I ain't get it this time. So here's what I need to do. Teach me what I need to know. Like, you know, don't just cower, because that'd be an atypical womanly thing. Like you know, like what you said. You want to go get the same job as a man, but you don't want to lift these 50 pounds.
All right.
Okay, but so I'm just saying, like, so in a situation where it's like, okay, you told me I ain't get the job because I wouldn't lift 50 pounds. All right, bet. So I'm gonna step my game up.
Go get your weight up.
I'm gonna just step, and it's not necessarily masculine, but I'm just saying I have to tap into my masculinity, my masculine energy.
Let's call it what it is. So, what I'm asking the question is, can you tap into your masculine energy but still overall be looked at as a woman, right?
You should.
Okay, so if those are if that is the desired result, optimal result, to be able to tap into your masculine energy, right, and still be looked at as a woman, then I don't think you're being raised as a man, right?
No, but that's why I said I feel that we should have a balance, a healthy balance. But to just raise your daughters, you know, specifically to, you gonna do this, you do, where you don't incorporate Like, are you gonna teach them how to be?
I mean, all I'm gonna
more
say is
quieter. Know
all
when
I'm
to
gonna
shut
say
the
is-
fuck up.
I mean, you
Shit like that.
you name too many women or men, but let's say women because we're talking about women who shut the fuck up.
I'm just saying, because I'm the first to tell you.
She'll fuck that up in a minute. But no joke. No. So what I took from that, and I just go what I say. What I took from that is, men, we need to be more accountable and allow up and stop leaning on women to validate our manhood.
But at the same time, we women, we need to acknowledge that men do have a need for validation.
Yeah, we do.
From the emotional aspect.
We do need that. But what I'm saying, from our mentality, it's not look for that. It's not look for that validation, right? Let's just go out there and be these men, right? And show and create the space for a woman to respect us and see us as the king that we are, right? Not just because we have a dick and we like to swing it and we can do it this place and that place and that place. We need to show them that we are accountable, right? Mm-hmm. Number one, accountable. Mm-hmm. Actions are accountable. Mean what we say, right? And be doers instead of just talkers, right? So those are the things that they are looking for, and leaders to lead them, feel comfortable giving up the reins, and so we can be a leader, right? Yeah. And if you don't have those, there are people that you can talk to that can help you build your confidence up to get to that point. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And there's some women out there who don't mind going along for that ride and that journey, and that's cool too. Mm-hmm. But understand, there's got to be a level of respect, more level of respect than it is independence. You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense?
Yeah, it does.
All right? As that gives you the recipe for growth.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And, so that was pretty much the gist of what we discussed on last week. And, your input, your comments are still very much so welcome. Mm-hmm. So chime in. Last week we came back. Hey. For those that's coming in now.
For whatever reason, they all rooting for you, baby.
What you mean?
I did a little something out there, and I kept getting some, baby's gonna make the most sense.
You be hitting it up. I just be like, I just speak from the female perspective, but I'm also extremely objective and fair. I personally, of course, I'm still gonna be a woman at the end of the day.
And some women just don't want to agree with me because I'm Buddha.
Well, I don't know.
And maybe because I'm a man that might be making some shit, and they be like, no.
Nah, I think a lot of times people, period, they get caught up in your delivery and not the message. But then sometimes you are an asshole.
Okay.
Like that's your title. You own it. And you if you're gonna be an asshole, be Mr. Asshole. And you hold it down. So that be the big thing. And then you don't mind being controversial, like challenging.
Okay.
So when people are challenged and they're not prepared for a rebuttal, for their rebuttal, it's easier to just be dismissive than to actually put some thought into it and just actually say why you did it, why you said that, why you feel that way. It's okay that you feel that way, but give me some feedback on your why to maybe, okay, cool. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's no right or wrong in it. But then there is a point where we do, as people, we need to decipher and have discernment on facts and feelings. All right. So with that being said, moving on.
Hold on, baby. I like that ensemble. That polka dot is polka dotty.
Buddha.
That polka dot is polka dotty. And then she splashed it with the mint green hat. Oh, I'm doing this, guys, for y'all to know. I'm doing this for the people who can't see and they listening. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that'll make them want to go to the YouTube so they can see what he's talking about. So yes, I have on some white and black glasses that match my ensemble with the white and black, white background with black polka dots, and I have on some fine jewelry that match. Thank you, Shalonda. Thank you, Bo. And I have on I forget the proper name for this type of hat, but it is indeed mint green. So there's that for those that will listen by way of our audio platform.
She got a little girlish too.
And then I have on my black onyx jewelry, and this is my Belova's black watch with the diamond in the back. Oh, sorry. And my Ani
you finished?
Bracelet that my girls got.
You finished? You went all the way.
And I also have my bracelet that my friend Deb got me with my initial on it. Where's that?
Okay.
Okay. So yeah. I'm eating them up, eat them up, beat them up.
Okay. So before we get into today's topic, somebody said to me that you unsafe the space. that you unsafe the space to me, lad.
I will unsafe it.
Oh Lord.
It's not all the time, but my goal is always, and I encourage everybody, man and woman, that is seeking or desiring a long-term relationship, in building a relationship, it is imperative that you create a safe space, not just for yourself, but for your mate, because this is where you get into those conversations that will be uncomfortable for either yourself or your partner, and you want them to be able to share. Me and him have to revisit, because where he used to once overshare, he undershares now. And so I brought that to his attention, and he's acknowledged it. And I believe in effective communication. So when you're talking, don't just be talking, like, make sure your desired message is received. How do you know that? Well, that's what dialogue is. You engage in conversations. Like an example, I won't go in detail. He said, I understand, or something. Okay, what is it that you understand? Specifically. You acknowledge something, but what is it? So he kind of repeated what it is. You know what I'm saying? It's like, when somebody be like, I'm sorry, what you apologizing for? What is it specifically that you apologizing for? So you just want to kind of make sure y'all on the same page, but you got to create the safe space so that they don't feel like you challenging them. Man and or woman. Like, the fuck, I'm an adult. I can say what I say. You heard what I said. Yeah, I heard you, but were you listening? All right. So there's that.
The safe space.
So I will unsafe the safe space for the record, in the likelihood where I need to get some understanding. But then I go back in that same safe space, just like when we child, spank our children, discipline. Excuse me, let me do proper English. Discipline our children, and then but we tell them we love them and why we did it and all of that. So I unsafe it, but then I make it safe again. Very much so. So boom, let's get into it.
All right.
This is it's gonna be quick, but to the point, but quick and all of that. So what we talking about tonight? I'm gonna just give you a little small clip. All right, let's go. You don't hear it, but they hear it. My bad.
Also reacting some of the nation's largest companies, announcing they will cover employee travel expenses for abortions if they are not available where they live. Some of those companies include Nike, Uber, Alaska Airlines, Citigroup, Condé Nast, Disney, JP Morgan, Microsoft, Warner Brothers, and CBS's parent company, Paramount Global. And we also heard from presidents past and present. President Obama called the ruling devastating. Michelle Obama called it horrifying. And President Donald Trump said this gives the rights back to the states as it should have been long ago. We have a team of correspondents across the country tonight covering every angle of this story. We'll start tonight with our chief legal correspondent, CBS's Jan Crawford. Jan, this has been quite a...
All right. So ultimately, what we're talking about tonight in short is Roe versus Wade. Let me turn my volume off over here so it don't be no echoing. All right. So what has happened with Roe versus Wade, Buddha?
A lot has happened. But to make this short, they gave the power back to the states to be able to say what you can and can't do with your body from a woman's standpoint. You know, I'm conflicted. I'm gonna be honest. I'm conflicted because I understand your need for y'all, for your own, to be able to have this freedom of choice. I'm conflicted with that, yeah. But as a man who deals in this idea of it's unfair and we don't have a say so when it comes to the pregnancy, now you kind of see exactly what we're going through somewhat. So I'm like, yeah, I get it. And then, yeah, you see how it feels. It's kind of like a bittersweet type of situation for me personally. Now, I respect every woman's right to choose, but this is a situation where it's delicate in nature for our country, period, and for women overall. So before I say my next foot in the mouth statement, I'm gonna allow baby to give her thoughts.
Well, I know everybody pretty much know, but for the record, because we could potentially be heard in places that they didn't know what it was. So just for the record, Roe versus Wade was, and this is per Wikipedia, because I don't want to speak against, I don't want to speak the wrong words and such. So anywho, Roe versus Wade was a landmark decision of the Supreme Court in which the court ruled that the Constitution of the United States conferred the right to have an abortion. Okay. So what has happened, and what day was that? I forget. Basically, what has happened is it was overturned.
So, I mean, before we go into that, can you read that? Read comments. Nope, we don't. What does it say right there? Lala's last comment.
Oh. We'll get to that.
Okay.
No, let's do this part first. Let's stay on task.
I'm gonna stay in on them.
Just keep a mental note. That's fine. But again, that's her opinion. And
that's good.
There's that.
That's good.
And it's okay. So let's see. I was trying to get to the actual date that it happened. I don't see it. I don't know why I don't see it, which is crazy. But we know recently.
Right.
I'll just go with recently.
Within the last month and a half, 2 months.
Yeah, that the Supreme Court ultimately overturned it.
Right.
Something that was in place for
since 1973.
50 years.
1973.
Yeah. So I want to get into more of June 24th. Was it June 24th?
That's about a month away.
Right. So what I'm looking at is, okay, I know individually, man and woman, you know, that they should, you know, it's always going to be some kind of differences and so forth, right? But with this decision being overturned, it puts it in an extremely, I feel the right word would be like a patriarchal, which we already live in a patriarchal system. So now it has really showed its hand in a woman's choice is being taken from her, right? Now, in Buddha's defense, there are a lot of men that were against it, you know, for what, you know, they were against that choice. And so now it's like, haha, we got you. Okay. So that's my, you know, I just don't like having, I don't like my choices being taken away from me on just ordering coffee and tea or adult beverage. Like, that's just so,
Well, I mean,
so enough don't want my body to be in the hands of a fucking system.
So let me go ahead and I'm just going, I mean, this is just an opinion.
Yes.
It's just an opinion. So let's get out of here. So it's your body. You have a right to choose what you do with your body. But what's in your body ain't all the way yours.
I believe, I agree. I agree.
It ain't all the way yours. It's two people came together, whether they did on accident or knowingly came together to make this child, right? So absolutely, from a man's point of view, if you want to get rid of this child, if you are saying, I cannot have this child, right? And it doesn't have anything to do health-wise, meaning your life is in danger, right? A man, I feel, and I truly feel, a man should have a right to be a father. Just as much as you should have a right to be a mother or not be a mother.
I am okay with that.
So, with that being said, one who carries the child, at what point does the man who helped put this thing in you, this child, this fetus in you, right, has an opportunity to be a father when you decide that you don't want this child?
Okay. And so I hear you and I understand your perspective, just being objective.
I'm just being objective.
However, I'm going to just go with, this is not facts. This is a feeling. Okay. This is my opinion. There is a very high probability. I'm reaching high. Okay.
Okay.
90. I'm going to go with 90%.
Okay.
Of women that do choose to not go through with the pregnancy, 90% were because he probably disowned her, or B, his family encouraged him to disown her.
That's not always true.
It's one of them.
Can I add a third one just so we can?
You want to add a third one?
Yeah.
What's the third one? Why would a woman do that?
Why would a woman? Because their family look for a younger
or her family.
Her family could see a better future for her if she didn't have a child. So they went on ahead and encouraged them to have this abortion so they can continue on with their life. Period. Right?
Either her family, his family, or he was an asshole.
Right. So, or she was an asshole. It could be her. Period. She could just say, "I'm not mother material." Say, "Fuck it." And with this masculine man energy that's out there, that's more truer than not. But to go back, some people saying they can sue men. See, that's one part of it, and I understand that. But what you're failing to realize is there are men out there that have been trying to sue women for years for getting abortions for their child, and they got met by laws like Roe versus Wade. It wouldn't allow them to allow that lawsuit civilly or legally or lawfully to be able to win this case. Now that you done took Roe versus Wade out, do you not think a man can't sue a woman for getting an abortion? Because they didn't say you can't have one. Right? So if you go to these states that you can get that abortion, you don't think a man who may want this child can't sue you? Flip the script. Understand what's going on. What's happening.
He did talk about that one before.
Oh, yes, he did. We had a whole episode years ago about a man trying to sue the abortion clinic because he couldn't sue her. Now he can come straight for your ass.
Yeah.
So let's get his name. There's a lot of guys out there who ain't afforded the opportunity to be a father, right?
Well,
that may want to be one.
I do.
And I'm speaking for those. I'm just speaking for those people. Now we know they may be the exception to the rule,
right? They're exceptions and not the process. Okay, let's just keep it real.
Okay.
Cause
no, it's real.
I hear you being objective.
It's real.
You rooting for the
real thing.
Underdog, but the truth is,
it's a real thing out there where there are men out there who try to sue.
Yes. No, it really is.
It's real deal.
It did happen.
Now, I'm sure if they retry this thing again under these new laws,
right? He probably can go back.
He can go back.
He
can go back and actually win this. Have a legitimate chance to win this time. That's all I'm saying.
Could at this point. So what Buddha's talking about is an Alabama man is suing a woman. This was March 7th, 2019. This was in the Time magazine, okay? An Alabama man is suing a woman's reproductive health center on behalf of an unborn fetus in what his lawyer claims may be the first U.S. court case to give an aborted fetus legal rights.
Oh, and now you just did.
So, Ryan Magers, who says his ex-girlfriend had an abortion against his wishes, filed a lawsuit against the Women's Center for Reproductive Alternatives in Madison County. And that was back in, 2019. So, basically, he claimed in the court papers that his ex-girlfriend took a pill to end her pregnancy on February 12, 2017, despite his pleas to keep the baby.
Hold on. So a lot of people want to go with this unintentional pregnancy, right? And you can sue a man for that. But do you understand that there are a lot of women out there that setting people up because they want the money? They'll get pregnant, right? They'll get pregnant because they see a better life for them. And they'll choose to go ahead and bite the bullet, i.e. the girl who got caught trying to get pregnant by Drake and he put hot sauce on. What? This is happening.
Yeah.
This shit is really happening. If they see a better future with you and this opportunity is happening, they gonna take it. And it's that unintentional because you decide to throw the rubber away. And they pick up the rubber and say, ha, 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 now I'm pregnant with your child.
Yeah. It's just, but in this case, like I said, with what Buddha was talking about,
it's real.
Now with the overturn of Roe versus Wade, they could potentially, I don't know how much he put in to get through, through everything he did. But they could actually potentially do that. And it's funny because in this very article, the case comes after Alabama passed an amendment that gives unborn fetuses the same right as someone who has been born. And this was back in, like I said, 2019. Mm-hmm. But then it says the amendment was hailed as a victory by proponents of the growing personhood movement. which calls for constitutional rights to be granted from the moment a sperm fertilizes an egg.
Oh, that sounds very familiar. That sounds like a woman who can get back pay from the time of conception. Oops. That sounds almost familiar.
It was language from the Roe versus Wade that was added.
Oh, that sounds.
Oh no, it said language added in the event of Roe versus Wade getting added. So the same legislation also says the Alabama Constitution does not protect a woman's right to an abortion. Language added in that. So now
did you stricken Roe versus Wade from the equation? Look at what we have here, right? We have here an idea where the actual fetus is considered a body, a human being, and you could be tried for that. You know what I'm saying? That I'm just talking about a particular incident. Now, all I'm doing is just bringing facts,
right,
to the ideas of what's going on to further give my thought process some credence, whether I believe it or not. Right? That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. So pretty much what's going to happen at this point, is each state does have the right, they will have the ability to regulate or ban abortions altogether. That's pretty much what's going to happen. That's what's happening at this point. So that's why you have, what they call it, safe haven, safe.
Right.
Like the angel states. So I'm gonna just say angel state. So there's like several angel states where, and there are certain employers that are actually paying for the leave and such for the women to go to those states so that they can have things happen. So what?
So I'm gonna drop this on you because this is a different theory. This is a different theory on why they're doing this, right? They want to repopulate or overpopulate the country, right? Why? Because overall, if you look at statistics, they're going down. Birth rate is going down.
But why?
Oh, because women are in control of. I would say because women are in control of their bodies, and in this day and age where they are valuing their way of life. Maybe. Versus
cost of living.
And cost of living versus having a child with the opportunity and the idea that they might do it alone, right? That's not an ideal situation for them, so they choose not to.
And then, there are those that just can't. So, all right. So just kind of moving a little bit through this. What are some impacts because of this? Buddha mentioned child support as one option of an impact because of this. So now a child technically could, a man could be paying child support from conception.
Okay.
Versus after the child was born. I mean, I'm sure there's still some gray area because now you got to prove that they're the actual.
They the pappy.
I got so I think that one is a little. They just throwing stuff out. It's like when you go to jail, they'll charge you so they get a bunch of charges and then one or two of them stick. Same thing, same concept.
I mean, for me, honestly, so to go back to the what we talked about as far as the guy who was suing in Alabama. In that moment, if you go back and watch that episode, I was really talking about the idea to have a choice, whether to be a father or not be a father, not knowing that this would happen. Right? I wanted to be able to choose early in the birth and the pregnancy process, whether I could sign my rights away early, right? And not have to be the father because I never wanted to be the father. That was one of my arguments. Let's do this now. I don't want to be the father to this child. Let me sign my rights away before you even have the child. That way I'm not liable at all. Versus having a child that I didn't want, right? Or having the choice to be the father to a child that you didn't want, right? Whether you didn't want the child and I wanted to have a child, I should still be able to have that right to be a father because I helped you create this situation. Though that was the argument then, right? To give it context. Now, in that moment, I kept hearing, life ain't fair. Suck it up, buttercup. It's my body. I choose to do what I want to, and you just gonna have to eat that.
I mean, but see, and I look at it like shit. Okay, she didn't have your baby, but you could go get a fucking woman that do appreciate you and want to have your baby.
I mean, that sometimes you gotta understand. Body, that body.
That's your one hit a quarter.
Yep, the body is just a tricky thing.
You need to go to the doctor and find out what's going on with your count, buddy. You got other issues to be worried about than her not going to have your goddamn baby. All right, so listen. Here's another something I want to share with you all.
I got you.
Because I'm in the sharing business.
Share this care.
Feel what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And this goes into something that let me make sure I get my volume right. Because y'all ain't going to be talking about me. Let me get it up. All right. Let me see if I can get it right. Can y'all see that? No, I ain't got it right yet. Nope. All right, let me get it back. Hold on, y'all. I'm getting it. All right. So what I'm talking about at this point, if I can get it to go.
There you go.
Their lives are at risk. Now, yesterday, the Department of Health and Human Services told hospitals they must provide such services for emergency conditions like ectopic pregnancies and complications of pregnancy losses, even in states where abortion is banned, with no exceptions.
At the same time, more men are taking action themselves in the aftermath of Roe v. Wade, turning to vasectomies. The number of Google searches for the word vasectomy peaked just one day after the Supreme Court's ruling last month. And now doctors are saying that it's not just searches. More patients are asking for the procedure IRL in real life. Manuel Bojorquez is in Miami Shores with more. Manny, I'm going to be watching this very closely. Good morning.
That's right. Good morning. You know, we also spoke with a doctor who said the way he found out about the Supreme Court's decision that day is by the sheer number of phone calls coming into his clinic. He said they tripled their normal volume, and the number of men signing up for the procedure tripled too.
Okay. So, now, y'all hear this. Okay. Vasectomy. Okay, so if they can't get rid of these babies, I'm going to get rid of my baby machine.
That's it. That's it.
So, if it ain't completely, this is facts.
No.
From the increase of phone calls for scheduled appointments.
So for example, instead of being accountable, and I'm talking to the man right now, instead of being accountable for what you need to do to ensure that a woman may or may not become pregnant, you decide to take that off the table altogether. You know, I understand it's your choice. It's your choice, but understand what you're doing, right? You are aiding in the idea of lowering body counts for America.
Well, first of all, they decided to make this choice. So now
Yeah,
it's
that's right.
backfiring because if the ideal ultimately behind the
Is to
scenes were to repopulate,
populate.
and now men,
Or like, hell no, I like to have sex with no rubbers on.
you know what I'm saying? it kind of like
I mean, and that's their choice, and that's their choice. But like for me, when this happened, I look at this as a teaching point, right?
Yeah.
To teach our young men how to be more responsible, right? How to be more responsible with their own bodies.
Yeah.
Because now the risk versus reward is a lot higher.
I get it.
You know what I'm saying? And not only, and that's where us as men, this is where we need to step in at, right?
Right.
This is where we need to step in at to give our future generations a very idea. Right now, we around here fucking like rabbits. Fucking like rabbits. You know what I'm saying? And doing it unprotectedly. Because now you got a pill. Hell, they got a cure for AIDS.
Yep.
So now, they ain't even afraid of that shit no more. You know what I'm saying? This is what it is.
It's definitely one of those things. So so what do people say? I'm just going through a couple of the comments.
They've been weighing me out.
Nah, you good. Why y'all still don't have that law and now we can sue y'all by law? Well, y'all still have it. Got it. Moving on down. Once they get the okay, we got that one. All that's going to happen is the woman will have the babies that will go into the system at alarming rates for taxpayers to take care of.
Maybe or maybe not. You give the father an opportunity to be a father, period. Right. Especially if that's where he wants to be.
If.
Yeah.
His actions. And so, which kind of leads me into my other impact. If he really wants to be with her, then shouldn't he marry her?
Maybe she don't want to marry him.
I mean, but just saying, should marry her.
Maybe he don't want to marry him.
I'm just saying.
I mean, I get it.
If things are the way that is, kind of sort of, like if he's so adamant, and we together, this, that, and third, then.
So okay, we all know a lot of single women, single moms, right? We know a lot of single moms. Some of them are single because that was their choice. They chose their actions because they play a part in a relationship. They play a part of a relationship failing or succeeding, right? It's two people in a relationship, right? And sometimes a man doing what he's doing ain't always. Sometimes it be the women.
Yeah.
You know what? Let's just keep it 100. We gotta own our shits as men and women. We gotta be accountable as men and women, right? So it's not all the time people are single because of the other person. Sometimes they're single because of them, and they don't know how to check their own fucking self.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No, but I just feel like men and women. I'm not taking anything away from either. I just feel that, men and women just, first of all, just need to be sexually more responsible.
And let them ban it.
It's, and I mean, when I'm saying, obviously, I'm saying sexually responsible in that, yeah, you want to get a little something, get your oil changed, you want to bust down or whatnot. But the consequences.
Well, hold on now.
Is having a baby or getting a disease.
Hold on now. Let's go there. I see one said 9 out of 10, he left. These are the facts. The facts is, right, you chose a man who was flighty from the beginning.
Again, I just said we need to, men and women, need to be sexually responsible.
Hello.
In who you choose to
Hello.
mate with.
Hello. This is what this should teach us, right? Not to say not to have sex, or not to say let's get a vasectomy or not. This should teach us to be more woke to the idea of who you fucking with.
Well,
if you need to go sage their ass, and all evil spirits get out of that person before I jump in the bed with them, then by all means,
hey,
that's
make
what
sure
you
y'all
need to do.
sharing this. Like, following, and sharing.
I
Okay.
mean, and for Lala, it may not be true in your situation. It may not be. In whatever situation you're talking about, it may not be true in your situation. But we're talking about people beyond you
And us.
and us.
Because just from
But-
what you see in your everyday,
Right.
and it may not be necessarily in the immediate circle, but just think back
Mhm.
20, 30 years.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? From 20, 30 years to present day, and even beyond that, truthfully,
Mhm.
even in our parents, they just didn't have access to much. I mean, they did, but they was doing things that was more harmful. So here's life, right? In
Right.
life, technology, and medicine, all of this stuff, there's advancements in the evolution, right?
Yes.
And so with that, we have things that are more convenient. Plan B,
Right.
abortion,
Mhm.
vasectomies.
Right.
They are on the rise. And here's two and a possible reasons I would be like, okay, do that.
So
Being raped.
hold on. I see something else. Somebody said, did he say fathers have a right to be fathers? Woo! Comedy. And it's period. So if you ask a man,
Yeah, you do have the right to be a father.
if you ask a man who was up in my situation, and there's a lot of men that was in my situation, and there's a lot of men who are in other situations, if they had the opportunity to be a father in their child's life,
It's beyond being the father in the child's
Right.
life. It's from
conception.
conception
Right. But I'm just saying, even
through
in
the whole sheboing.
however, being a father in their child's life, they're gonna choose most often than not, and a higher number could be 75%, 75% out of 100. That means 25% say fuck that shit, right? 75% of them are gonna be like, I still want to be a father to my child, right? But that's just not to go off topic, but I'm gonna bring it back to topic. So this is a personal thing for me, right? I had 3 abortions in my life where women aborted my child when I was a teenager, young adult, right? In each and every one of those situations, I wanted to try my hand at being a father. And their mothers or family decided that wasn't in the best interest for them.
All right, because you really was irresponsible.
I got you. I was, because I wasn't really wearing condoms, and I wasn't doing
You
the
was
thing.
extremely irresponsible.
I was very
Your frontal
fertile.
lobe was truly not fully
But
developed.
what I'm saying
That
is,
don't take place till 25 at minimum for the average man.
but what I'm saying
Yeah,
is,
so
what I'm
you
saying,
just want to be somebody's pappy
I
with
mean,
your little 16-year-old experience.
well, it's
ain't-
more than
ain't enough.
16. But what I'm saying is,
Ain't enough.
even in that idea, I was actually a more mature adult. I mean, mature child at a young age.
You might be, but when you got to goddamn take care of somebody else,
I was born for that.
so anyway, like I said, I got 200 possible reasons what I would actually be. I would co-sign on a woman choosing. Obviously, one again being rape,
Yeah, rape
and
is a separate
and
story.
then medical issues.
And I understand with that too.
You know what I'm saying? That could be harmful, and just really
But
not
I'm asking-
financially in a stable place. And look, just because you had sex, I mean, I'm not saying it's the easy route, but just like you are, you already on thin ice with your budget and your front.
So what you saying
They ain't
is,
gonna stop you from
so
backing
you shouldn't
that
be,
thing up.
so you shouldn't be backing that thing up if your money ain't good enough.
I ain't saying that.
The
But
money ain't
you
long.
might not have the financial means to get condoms, or you ain't got transportation to the local clinic.
And this
Something. I
is
don't know.
this is why they out there trying to have kids from these rich people. You know what I'm saying? Hot sauce.
That's
Hot
a
sauce.
hustle all in itself. That
Hot
alone
sauce.
is a hustle.
I mean,
But bottom line, this is definitely will be interesting how it pans out at the end of the day, and more so because the Supreme Court role in this, if you understand the judicial, they ultimately
Absolutely.
have put themselves in a place where they generally are not supposed to be.
you hold on. Oh, I got you. Go ahead, keep going, baby. Keep going. I want to comment so bad.
The role of the Supreme Court, okay, is to interpret the meaning of a law.
Yeah.
To decide whether a law is relevant to a particular set of facts, or to rule on how a law should be applied.
Well,
that is the role of the Supreme Court.
So let me throw this out there, baby. And I'm not trying to be funny, and I'm not trying to, but let's be honest here. Homosexuality, right? It's rapidly growing. Like the idea of people coming out the closet, they're really being who they want to be, and that's great, right? Could this be a reason why?
I mean, there's
could this be a reason why
an underlying situation happens?
Could this be a reason why they're trying to not allow you to have abortions? Because in the end of the day,
we gave you this, so we
heterosexuality is becoming not the majority anymore. And you trying to reaffirm the
population will be population
yeah,
gonna populate.
Maybe. I'm not saying.
But again, there's plenty of you making that drink look so yummy. I know, right? And I would try not to drink it, but we about to end the show, so I get the guzzle right now.
So I mean, that's an idea. These are thoughts. I mean, whether I'm right or wrong,
it's so many things that could impact it. But ultimately, from a political standpoint, the Supreme Court decided on certain laws. Yet the Congress is not getting involved.
Imagine that.
Is where it gets a little. Y'all gotta know, y'all. You know what I'm saying? We the people. Right. We got to be real conscious. What Buddha say? We need to wake up. We need to be woke. Now, y'all, everybody talk about being woke, but here is where it really gets serious, right? Because I'm gonna just go through this and then y'all say what you want to say. But the role of Congress makes the laws that influence our daily lives. But the Supreme Court is who ruled to overturn the Roe versus Wade. All right. So at this point, maybe they are, maybe they ain't. We don't know, right? But why don't Congress just make another law? Because that's their job.
But they agree. Everybody up there are agreeing with this. They okay with this because they allow this to happen.
So the fact that when y'all wait to go vote or choose not to vote, state and locally, even beyond presidential, you are a part of the reason why.
And don't the president got a way to veto some of this shit?
I don't know, because this is because of the way the judicial branches work, the judicial system work. This is, again, he can't say nothing about what Congress and the Supreme Court. However, what he can do is influence we the people.
Okay.
but he can't go in one way or the other because he have to. That's unfortunate. They're not supposed to do those things, but Congress definitely can make a law, and so your lawmakers, your state, especially because with this particular overturn, it is going to be up to each individual state on how they, like I said earlier, whether they ban it or regulate it. All right. So y'all need to make sure in your state, your respective states, you make sure when it's time to go vote, you make sure you pull the trigger.
Hold on. I heard something. You're saying it, but it sounds like Trump. You sound like Trump. Trump said you gave the power back to the state, and who's in the state, who's in each individual state should be voting for their particular state.
Well, what I'm saying is the people,
and the people in that state is what allows.
But that's the truth. It's always been the truth.
So
Trump, to whom it may concern,
I'm just gonna say
it's imperative on voting for again local and state.
So you want to go political, but I'm gonna go different route. All right.
Cause this shit is political.
I feel it's giving the power back to the people.
How? How are they giving the power back to the people?
Because now you understand what's at stake for your own transgressions. Whether you choose to do these things or not, you really gotta look. You gotta look beyond yourself now.
You want some? I'm fucking it up, man. Mm-hmm. I need to stop sipping. I need to stop drinking.
Us as men, we really, when we're in the dating, courting phase, we really need to take the time and stop and say, like, if we gonna partake with this woman, these are the things that could happen to us, and we gotta make a clear decision about who we want to deal with. Same thing with women, right? We got to be more responsible into the things that we're doing. So in a way, I'm saying it's giving the power back to the people to understand that we ain't out here just to be fucking no more.
Right.
We got to really put some thought. Fuck with a purpose. Hello, Rick Arnold.
Not just to bust a nut. The purpose.
Fuck with a purpose now. Okay, we here for that. We need a t. We need a t-shirt. Fuck with a purpose now. Roe versus Wade say, fuck with a purpose now. Okay, this is where we at. So I'm being honest, because at the end of the day, listen, it really affects the person that's in the situation, right? And it was their choices that they made, right? In most situations, their choices that were made that got them in the situation that they're in, right? So now, we as men, we need to be more judicial about how we go about our business, right? And women, maybe y'all need to be a little more selective and start saging motherfuckers and looking at characters other than looking at how he looks or how big his dick is.
Or I will say, in 2022, we have access to too much information,
mm-hmm.
too many resources to not be making better choices. Period.
Right. You can't ignore the red flags no more. You got to see them bitches for what
everybody, even the least favorable people, have access to the internet. I mean, unless you're just choosing to be under a rock. Okay. It's just like, to not have access is one thing, but to lack the notion of seeking the information is a whole nother situation. Right? You had to have completely been born and always been under a rock to be oblivious to any and everything that's happening.
Right.
Cartoons even having subliminal messages.
You right. So think about He-Man.
Oh gosh. But anyway, so that's what we wanted to just kind of go over that. You know, I know we're gonna go from pill the pole when it come down to these.
Hey, listen.
These conversations gonna be well.
I'm just here I'm here to talk about for the guys who are thinking the things that I'm thinking, but not gonna say it because they want to be politically correct.
Did you take a screenshot of me?
However, looking good, baby. Polka dots and all.
Tell me when you're ready. Okay. Moving on. Listen, y'all heard what the topic was tonight: Roe versus Wade, and the impacts and the repercussions and all the things.
I want to say that it was Buddha versus baby.
Buddha said it was me versus him.
Versus the impacts of Roe versus Wade.
But I don't think it was a win or lose. It was more just. I come with facts most of the time. Most of the conversation.
I did too.
Is this thing loud? I'm making a lot of noise.
Mm-hmm. I did too.
Sorry, y'all. You did. You done well. You done well. We do what we do. Thank you all for y'all participation because that's how this thing goes.
And truly, ladies, I want y'all to be able to have your choice.
I do.
But it comes at a price for me. It really does come at a price for me. You know what I'm saying?
For you Negroes that actually do want y'all babies, marry her.
Maybe she's just not marryable.
Ain't no maybe.
Well,
ain't no maybe. If you
married.
gonna, I say, we got access to too many resources and too much information for us to not be making better choices. Better choices. We have the opportunity to make better choices. And I'm not saying marriage is the end all be all, but I'm just saying, I'm not saying that. I promise you I'm not saying that. But at the same time, if you want to procreate, why would you want her to, why would you want to be a co-parent instead of a fucking team?
Well, first of all,
unless y'all decided now
just because you
that this is what you want to do.
We are practicing, right? When you practice, there's always an opportunity for it to be realized. And sometimes you be practicing on accident. Like, oh shit, this shit happened. It is what it is.
No. We're not doing that in 2022. That's that bullshit. That bullshit. In 2022, we ain't practicing. Unless you 16, 17, 18. I'm going to let you be under 25. No, matter of fact, I'm lying. I'm going to let you be under 24. Why I say that is because that is generally, if indeed you go to college right after high school, you got up until 24. Okay? So I'm going to let you be 24 and below
finish the cup
to not be on the same page.
And the other cup.
Mind your business, because this ain't nothing but ice. I'm almost done. So I was trying to beat him, but I wasn't like, nah, I ain't gonna do that.
You can't do me. You can't do me. I do me.
You do you, and I like you doing you. Do you, baby? You do you well. You all moist and stuff.
You know what?
I say bye, y'all. Buddha crazy. Listen, child support, vasectomy, marriage, politically motivated.
Right, population driven.
Are just a few things. The role of the Supreme Court, the role of Congress. Those are just a few things we talked about. And patriarchy. I didn't talk about misogyny, but that's included as well to some levels because, although the people that made the decision were not all male, so it kind of gets a little tricky with that, but definitely it's heavily it just leans into an extremely patriarchal system, systematically.
This could be racially driven.
Could be, you know, we
Think
never
about it.
know what the true underlying issues were, justifications were, because they ain't gonna tell us, we the people. So that's why it's important that we actually get our children educated on how the system works and push them into the fucking White House. I don't know, shit. Somebody need to go up in there and let them, you know what I'm saying?
Well, you already know who the minority is.
And so I'm gonna end this by telling you again, first and foremost, thank you all for loving Buddha and Baby,
All right.
Sipping in Conversations. Next week we will be on Thursday.
No, we could be on Wednesday.
What's next week? Next week
I have to work Wednesday during the day, so we can make it on Wednesday.
we're gonna be on next week Thursday
What she said.
at 8 p.m. Okay, I'm not playing with him. Cause I'm gonna go hang out with my own. We'll hang out with the fellas next week. I got 7 husbands at work. Work husbands.
I mean, that could be a topic though.
Yeah, we're gonna do that. I'm gonna write
Because
that down.
that's cheating.
But I told you. I
That's
told
cheating.
you. I told you.
That's cheating.
I told you I got.
If I don't approve. Is work
Work husband, work wife.
okay.
I will be in next
Oh.
week.
Yeah. Hey,
All right.
so
At 8 o'clock? Okay.
different
Okay.
times.
So that's that. Next week, 7 p.m. We'll make sure we put all the posts up. So make sure y'all go to our webpage. Like I told y'all, Sipping in Conversation. I mean, Buddha and Baby.
Somebody want us to kiss again.
What y'all gonna do? So next week, Thursday, right? Go to the website, because what I think I'm gonna do, I'm gonna try. I hope I don't forget. I'm gonna make sure I go in and put that announcement that the date is changing. So make sure you go in and subscribe.
She gonna be in Tijuana.
All right. Oh, okay.
Ooh.
Oh, okay. So make sure y'all subscribe at our webpage so that when I make this announcement, you'll automatically be notified. And make sure y'all like, follow, and share. That shit don't change. You know what I'm saying? That's it. That's it. Same time, same energy next week. Thank you for the stars.
Appreciate it.
You are a star. That's what it is.
The metaverse thanks you.
You know what I'm saying? But next week, same time, same
time.
energy.
We sipping in conversation. Sipping in conversation.
Beam me up, Scotty. Beam me up, Scotty.
Sipping in